Viking aircraft of the Queen's flight touches down at R.A.F station Aldergrove, bringing Her Majesty the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh on a visit to Northern Ireland. The Governor, Lord Wakehurst, welcomes the royal couple on behalf of the people. The Queen, who wears a pale green, close-fitting coat with matching hat, moves across the crowded airfield to inspect the Guard of Honour, mounted by members of the Royal Air Force. Her Majesty, followed by the Duke and Lord Wakehurst, now walks towards little Caragh Coote, 3.5-year-old daughter of the station commander, who presents her with a bouquet. Many members of the cabinet, including the Prime Minister, Lord Brookeborough, and service chiefs, are presented to Her Majesty. The reception for the royal visitors ends, and the great crowds get a last glimpse of the Queen and her husband as they begin their drive to Hillsborough. En route at the village of Lisburn, thousands pack the streets to bid them welcome. A beautiful bouquet is given to Her Majesty by shy little Catherine Irwin. Master D. Munn presents the Duke with a box of Irish linen. 3 rousing cheers are given the Queen by the 10,000 people of Lisburn. At Government House in Hillsborough, the Queen meets Donald Crooks and Garfield Matchett, 2 of a large party of Lemberg drummers who give their own special Orangeman's welcome, the beating of a tattoo. The huge drums, which they beat with long canes, can be heard for many miles around the Antrim countryside. The following morning, crowds gather outside Queen's University in the south part of Belfast. The Chancellor, Field Marshal Viscount Alan Brooke, welcomes the royal pair and escorts them to the Sir William Whitler Hall in the university. The Governor and Lady Wakehurst follow behind the Queen as she moves towards the hall. For this occasion, Her Majesty is wearing a coat frock of vivid blue shantung with a small straw hat trimmed with black ribbon. The procession moves into the university building, and the Queen walks slowly towards the platform in Whitler Hall. From this dais, she and the Duke receive nearly 70 representatives of local authorities and 25 representatives of local boards and organizations. During the ceremony, the Prime Minister offers the Queen a most hearty and warm welcome on behalf of her loyal subjects. The City Hall in Belfast is another scene of gaiety and enthusiasm as the royal car approaches the building. Within the City Hall, the Queen will take luncheon with the corporation, but first she will knight the Lord Mayor of Belfast, Alderman Percival Brown. The Lord Mayor welcomes the Queen to the City Hall and introduces other civic dignitaries. Escorted by the Lord Mayor, Her Majesty walks towards the Guard of Honour for the inspection. Men of the Royal Navy are first to be reviewed. More than 5,000 troops, naval ratings and R.A.F personnel, spaced at intervals of only 2 yards, lined the entire route along which the Queen journeyed from the University to the City Hall. The Queen finishes the inspection and returns to the City Hall to take luncheon. Within the City Hall, a building of great elegance and splendor, Her Majesty receives a loyal greeting from many of the city's most distinguished dignitaries. The royal couple make their way from the City Hall and journey on to the jumping arena of Balmoral Showgrounds, where thousands of ex-servicemen are gathered to pay their tribute to their young sovereign. 25,000 children give a heart-stirring welcome to the Queen as the royal car moves slowly round the field. Many of Ulster's schools and youth organisations are represented in the great throng, and they all have a smile and a wave for their Queen. They've never had such a day as this. This is perhaps the most moving scene of all in the Queen's triumphal journey through Northern Ireland. The loyalty and affection of the children will surely remain as one of the Queen's happiest memories of her tour. The royal party leaves Balmoral Showgrounds and moves on to Parliament buildings at Stormont. Appearing on the balcony, the Queen and the Duke wave to the crowds below. This follows addresses of loyalty expressed to Her Majesty by the Speakers of the Senate and the Commons. Now state trumpeters lead the procession from Parliament buildings. Throughout her tour, Her Majesty the Queen has found overflowing expression of the undoubted loyalty and love of all her people in Northern Ireland.